Good morning and welcome to our special abbreviated meeting of the Village of Pleasantville Board of Trustees. Today is Monday, December 23rd. Thank you, Shane, for coming on Monday, December 23rd at 10 a.m. instead of our usual Monday night meeting because of the holiday schedule. We needed to have a few things, including the budget amendments and approval of payment of claims moving forward. So we have a very brief meeting, 10 a.m. This morning. A couple of modest announcements to make, one of which is our food scrap recycling project is charging along, and we very, very much encourage anybody who's interested in participating to do so. You can buy for $25 a kit that includes a countertop canister, a storage canister, and an initial supply of compostable bags here at Village Hall for $25 on the third floor. It's a great starter kit. There's no obligation to buy such a starter kit. The only obligation is to make sure that if you deliver your stuff down to the DPW yard on Saturdays before 3 p.m., you need to deliver it either not in a bag at all or in a compostable bag, no plastic bags. There's further information at pleasantvillerecycles.org, and it's a great program. Not only a very positive thing for the environment, but it reduces the weight of what ends up in our regular trash. We pay for the trash we deliver to the county transfer station by poundage, and so if it's lighter, we all pay less. And the good news is the compostable stuff ends up going to an industrial composting facility that can compost bones and shellfish shells and paper towels and all kinds of stuff that you couldn't normally compost in your backyard, so please do it. We had a ribbon cutting over at Key Foods a couple of weeks ago, the completion of a very extended renovation, which they accomplished without closing the store, and we encourage everybody to take a look at the brand new, entirely new Key Food store. And the last thing I had on my list was a shout out to everybody, especially the PHS Echo Club and the Voluntary Ambulance Corps. They ran a very successful blood drive and collected 134 units of blood that will assist 402 patients in need. So thanks to all of those folks, including sponsors who assisted, including ShopRite, the Burns Film Center, Dunkin' Donuts, and Key Food. So good news all the way around. We just have a few things to do, and then we send us all off and all of you off into the holiday season. Any further announcements?
No, sir. Nope.
296, Mr. Lord.
Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby approves the following budget amendments as listed below. These are a bunch of transfers from one account into the other. From the general fund, $1,200 from the contingent account to the engineering services ADA consulting fees account, $1,725 from the contingent account to the farmers market part-time account, and $8,355 from contingent over to transfer to special purposes account. That's really for the Washington Avenue clock. Budget transfers from the refuse fund include $1,605 from contingent over to the refuse-CSEA sick bonus account. We're appropriating $40,000 from the general fund, from the transfer to capital account over to the Manville Road improvements account and village funds. We'll maybe talk about that in a minute. Mm-hmm. Appropriating also fund balance from the refuse fund, $120,476 from the transfer to capital fund over to a refuse vehicle account. Then taking, increasing revenue and expense in the general fund, $1,000 from the fees music festival account to music festival credit card fees expenditure account. We're increasing revenue accounts for the capital fund, $40,000 interfund transfer from the general fund over to the Manville Road improvements for village funds in the expenditure side, $225,000 from ban proceeds, that's a financing mechanism for us, over to a DPW dump truck expenditure account, and $125,000 also in ban proceeds for a refuse vehicle. And the final one, budget transfers from the capital fund, closing projects and returning balances to the appropriate accounts, $2,190 from a DPW pickup truck account over to the transfer to general fund account.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's a lot of numbers. and
What are
moving
we
parts.
doing to the Washington Avenue clock?
So the light in the clock had been malfunctioning and needs to be fixed
For $8,000?
for $8,000.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Jeff has been working on this for quite some time, so.
$8,000? It's not.
$8,000.
It's not just a light bulb, obviously.
No, it is quite a expensive item to maintain and fix. We have about $4,500 in a special account. We thought it best to leave that money where it is and just use those funds for operations maintenance on an annual basis, and then just appropriate the $8,000 to fix.
So
this
is there?
problem.
I mean, I guess that clock's been there for 10 years, or
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
is this kind of an every 10-year venture? Is it?
It seems that this is due to its age, and it's the same company we use to install it, so we're going to go with them. But there's obviously not many companies that do this type of work.
Wow.
And I know in Croton we have, for instance, an old stoplight, and anytime we had issues with that, it was a $5,000 to $8,000 problem.
I know that stoplight. It's
Yes.
a vintage stoplight.
Quite the famous stoplight.
Part of the charm of that crazy intersection.
Yes. Yes.
You can at least get a,
All right.
a
I'm
clock
sure.
with a train going through it or something. For
Yeah.
that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we're in the wrong line of work.
Yes.
We all should go into the
Telling
clock
you.
light business. Any other comments or questions?
Do you want me to just talk about the Manville Road?
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
So that number is covering the traffic study, the warrant study that we're mandated to do. We have that pegged at $18,000 for now. We'll get a final number from HVEA, but they said it would not be more than $18,000, so it could be less. $12,000 of that goes to Insight for their work on the drawings. $5,200 covered the construction estimation that we had done by Calgy a couple months back. And then that leaves us with about $4,800 for a contingency. If DOT comes back and has questions about the drawings or the study, we've got some money there. So that makes up the 40.
Okay. And then the new garbage truck is half cash, half.
Correct. Yeah. So
Bond
it's
proceeds.
$250,000 for a new sanitation truck. We're going to cover half of that through the refuse fund balance, and then half of it through the ban proceeds. The dump truck, we are covering 100% from the ban proceeds. We actually, went out to market and got a good interest rate, it's 1.5, which was lower than what we were expecting to
That's great.
get. So, some positive news there.
Good deal.
All right. Further questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. 297, Joe.
Resolved that the payment of claims dated December 23rd, 2019, covering check numbers 95591 to 95719, is hereby approved as listed below to the general fund, the special purpose fund, the water fund, the capital fund, the refuse fund, and the trust fund for a total of $398,437.74. All claims listed below.
Is there a second?
Second.
Comments or questions on the check register?
No?
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. David.
Resolve the Board of Trustees, based on the recommendation of the Director of Senior Services, hereby appoints Vanessa Bongarzone, sorry if I mispronounced that, effective January 6, 2020, to the job title Recreation Assistant, job title code 0269, CSEA wage schedule B, step 1, and at a salary of $35,988. Said appointment is subject to a probationary period of not less than 12 weeks to a maximum of 52 weeks.
Is there a second?
Second.
New employee in a currently empty slot that's part of the existing budget.
Correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion
Aye.
approved. Welcome, Vanessa.
Board.
And Steve Lord.
The last one of the
We
year.
should almost come up with one more resolution
Make
because
it
this is
easy.
number 299.
Can we
Let
resolve?
me think of something.
All right.
Yeah,
Resolve
how
to
about
have
not?
more resolutions for the year. We can do that.
Resolve to have a good,
299,
happy
Mr.
holiday season.
Lord.
Okay, these are budget amendments. Resolved that the Board of Trustees hereby approves the following budget amendments as listed below. $10.07 from the Pleasantville Strong Drug-Free Community OS expense
It's
account.
appropriate that we should end on this note,
I think so.
$10.07.
Over to the Pleasantville Strong Drug-Free Community Supplies account, right? And then it looks like a $6,833.27 credit from the Pleasantville, DFC Pleasantville Strong revenue account over to a variety of different accounts for various amounts ranging from conference. Should I lead them all out or just?
Yeah, I think it's as stated. in the
As
record.
stated in the record, from PT expense, conference expense, supplies expense, miscellaneous, Social Security, and Medicare expense. Several of these items are zeros. Then we are increasing a revenue and expense account also related to Pleasantville Strong to accommodate the new grant effective September 30th of 2019. $125,000 from the DFC Pleasantville Strong revenue account, and then over to a variety of expenditure accounts to operate Pleasantville Strong for the coming year, as shown in the record.
Is there a second?
Second.
So just to recap, Pleasantville Strong, where the village is the fiscal agent for Pleasantville Strong. It's funded by an annual federal grant of $125,000 over a 5-year period, total of $500,000, which we are cautiously optimistic will get renewed for an additional 5 years. But all of this storm of adjustments reflects the arrival of the new grant and expense bookkeeping to put everything in the right column.
Slotting into budgets, right?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved.
Is it?
Number 299 was the last resolution of the decade.
No,
The last one of the
no.
decade.
Right.
Wow.
Any
feel
further?
honored.
Yeah. There you
There you go, right? Had everything to do with it.
Any further comment from the huge and excited audience? With that, I just want to thank everyone in the village and thank everyone here at Village Hall and at DPW and our water department and our senior center and our Parks and Rec department for what has been in many respects a really, really good year. Certainly some extraordinarily trying moments, especially within the last month, when your community, both the folks who work for us as well as the folks who live here and our colleagues at the school district showed what they are made of. So here's hoping 2020 turns out to be a great year for everybody. Thank you all. Happy holidays. Signing off for the decade. See you on January 13th, the regular Monday meeting.
2020.
Can we
Happy
just have a
holidays.
motion to close?
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So that's really the
We have
300.
adjourned. Huh?
That was just really.
All right, that's it. Yeah, doesn't get counted.
There you go.
Yeah.